Hey, everyone. Today, I want to share a real story about how I earned $500 through a mix of budgeting and smart investing. This wasn't a magic formula or some overnight success, but a process of setting clear goals, staying disciplined, and letting time work for me. If you're looking to improve your finances, stick around. This could be just what you need to get started. Let's start with budgeting. Before I could think about investing, I knew I had to get my finances in order. I took a close look at my income and expenses. It wasn't glamorous, but I tracked every dollar. I cut back on the things that weren't necessary. No more impulse buys, no more eating out multiple times a week. And honestly, it wasn't easy. Took a lot of self-control, but I knew if I could stick to this plan, I would eventually be able to free up some money for investing. Once I had my budget in place, I was able to save about $200 each month. Now, I know $200 doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a start. The key is consistency. It's not about putting aside huge amounts of money right away. It's about building the habit and making sure you have something to work with. So, I made it a point to save that $200 every month, no exceptions. Now, here's where the investing part comes in. I didn't just want to save my money, I wanted it to grow. But I wasn't about to take any huge risks with it. I looked into low-risk investment options and decided to go with index funds. These funds track the overall market, which means they typically grow over time. They're not going to make you rich overnight, but they are one of the best ways to steadily build wealth with relatively low risk. So I can start by investing that $200 every month into an index fund. I know it can feel daunting when you're first starting out, but the key is to make it automatic. I set up a monthly contribution so I didn't even have to think about it. This is the power of consistency. Every month I kept adding to my investments, and every month I saw a small increase. Sometimes it felt like slow progress, but I reminded myself slow and steady wins the race. So, few months went by, and at first I was just seeing small gains. But then, something amazing happened. As the market slowly started to rise, so did my investment. Over time, my portfolio grew, and before I knew it, I had earned an extra $500. Wasn't one big payout, it was a result of consistent investing, budgeting, and time do its thing. And that's where the real power lies. It's about being patient and sticking to the plan, even when it feels like things aren't moving fast enough. That I am not going to lie, it wasn't always easy. There were times I felt like I could have spent that money on something else, or times when I thought about pulling out my investments. But I stayed disciplined. I stayed committed. And here's what I learned. Success doesn't come from big, flashy moves. It comes from small, consistent actions over time. The $500 didn't happen because of one lucky investment. It happened because of consistent saving and investing over several months. Here's the thing, you don't need a lot of money to get started. It doesn't matter